Hello, hello, hello. It's your life coach, Ladia, coming through to you by way of divine choice. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's been a while. I've been in transition. I had a lot going on. My background has changed. So today we're going to be discussing fasting. This video has been long awaited. I've had a lot of people reach out to me like, I need you to do this video. I need you to do this video. Like, I really need to understand, how do you fast? Why, and all this type of stuff. So, I did fast a little bit and prayed a lot about it because I really wanted to make sure that I was bringing as much accurate information as possible. But I'm not the fasting guru. I'm not a master faster, nor am I an evangelist or a pastor. But I have practiced fasting and seen the results of it. And so I'm just going to share with you why I fast, how I fast, whatever it is that will help you understand help you on your journey of becoming becoming more deeper spiritually. And getting deeper relationship with God, because that's my main focus here, is for you guys, for all of us to have a deeper relationship with God and just being super connected. And fasting is one of those ways. It's a huge component in your spiritual journey. Growing up in church, I hated to hear about fasting. I did not want nobody to tell me I cannot eat for however many hours, for however many days. I didn't want to do it. Because I didn't understand the fullness of it and the benefits of it. So today we're just going to discuss fasting as far as how I understand it. Any questions or comments, definitely leave it in the comment section. And then we could talk more about it, okay? So first things first, fasting is for you. Fasting just as much as praying, just as much as meditating, even manifesting, all of that is for us. It's not necessarily for God. These are tools that God has allowed us to practice and get a better understanding and kind of just get used to. God has, we know that we learn these practices and we practice them so that we can become, so that we can have a more deeper connection with God. Okay, so first things first, again, a lot of foundational things, because I really want us to get the foundation of this. Also, I'm going to take my time with this, give a lot of examples, really make sure that you get it. So I'm not going to try to run through it too much. Definitely is probably going to be a part 2 because there's a lot to talk about. So the foundation of it all is, I've said this in one of my videos before, 30% of our reality is the physical, what we see, what we can see, touch, feel, smell, our 5 senses. That's just 30% of our reality. The major part of our reality, 70% of our reality, is spiritual. So for me, I've become a lot more spiritually focused in my life and in my journey, and I just see things more from a spiritual aspect, mainly because this reality that we can see, touch, and feel can be changed starting from the spiritual and then into this realm, into the matter, into the material space. So with fasting is a practice where, of course, you're not eating. Some people, I believe it's the Catholic religion, when they do Lent, they fast. You are just abstaining from something that you enjoy so much. And of course, all of us enjoy eating. Our bodies need food and our bodies enjoy food. A lot of us are foodies, and so we enjoy it. So when you're fasting, you're deciding to take a break from that. You're deciding to abstain from it and focus solely and go within and focus solely on the spiritual aspect of who you are, because we're more than just this physical body. We're more than our hair, our face, and all of that. We're spirit being. So fasting not only connects you spiritually, but it also does something for your physical. And we'll talk more about that. A lot of what fasting does overlap. So I might say it does this, but then it's still doing something else. It may be, detoxing your body, but at the same time it's detoxing your spirit man as well. So there's a lot to fasting that you just want to get a better understanding of. So, we're going to talk more about all of that. So again, fasting is not eating for a set amount of time, for a set amount of days. There's different types of fasting. You can do a water fast where you're just drinking water for however long you decided that you're going to fast and pray for. You can do a dry fast where no water or no food for however long you decide to pray for. There's also the Daniel fast where you're only eating fruits and vegetables and lentils and very basic foods like, herbs and stuff like that, very clean food for however long you decide to do it, and, for however many hours, how many days. Fasting, you can do, for me, I usually do 12 hours in a day, so usually 6 to 6 because that's what I'm used to. I have fasted for 3 24-hour periods. That was a dry fast. It was deep for me. It was something that I've never done before, but I wanted to try it, and so I did. You can fast for 1 day, you can fast for 3 days, you can fast for 21 days, you can fast for 40 days. In the Bible, it says Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, so you can do it as well. Those were the types of fasting, and now we're going to talk about what goes on when you're fasting, as far as I understand, okay? And again, I'm going to look at my notes because it's a lot to discuss. After that, we're going to talk about why I fast. So one of the things that happen with fasting and praying, it kills the flesh. In the Bible, it says that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that's proceeded out of the mouth of God. So our bodies, like I said before, our bodies need food, nutrients to keep it going. But our body also needs your spirit, your soul, to keep it going. Because if you take your last breath, this body drops to the ground and it's of no use. It's not doing anything. So understand that part, right? So yeah, we need to eat to keep this body going, give it the, it's the gas or whatever. But the spirit that is driving this vehicle needs also attention. So with fasting, fasting is a way of giving more attention to your internal man, your spirit man. And for me, how I realized it after like doing it for a while, how I broke it down in my mind, it's more like it's sort of like an ego death. I don't know if you ever heard of that term before, but an ego death is like, this body comes with its own mind. It comes with a mind of its own. Like, it wants to do what it wants to do. Like, you've heard the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, right? Because like in your mind, you're like, yeah, I'm about to go exercise, but your body's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up. So your body has its own mind. So with fasting, you now are utilizing the power of your spirit to take control over what your body does or what your body gets. So halfway through you not eating, halfway through the day when you're not eating, your body is like doing the most. I'm hungry. You're getting the hunger pains, you're getting a headache, you're feeling delusional. Sometimes you forget that you're fasting and you just go get you grab you something to eat without even thinking twice about it, because that's what we're so used to, giving our body what it wants. So with fasting, we're doing an ego death. Now we're letting the body know you're not in control anymore. I'm in control. The me that is within this body, that's giving this body life. Like if I'm not here, you're not operating. So that's what happens. It's an ego death. It shuts down the control of this body, and now your spirit has more control. And the benefit of that is because your spirit is connected to the spiritual realm. Your spirit is connected to God. And so when you're operating more from your spirit man, you'll be guided and led to things that you wouldn't normally think about. Like, for example, you're out of a job or you need money, right? And you are trying your best to learn how to depend on God and trust God and have faith and seek the kingdom, and go within and search, understand what God wants you to do. You're physical body is looking at the external, looking at the physical of life and like, oh, I got bills, I got this, I need to go do something, I need to do something now, I need to go ask somebody to do something, I need to ask somebody for some money, or I need to go do this, I just need to do anything so I can get what I need to fix the situation. That's your ego talking. Your spirit, if you take the time to meditate, even fast, well, when you're fasting, you're building up that strength of your spirit man to guide you more than you're allowing your body to do it. But when you've fasted over time and you've built that muscle within you, your spirit man will guide you, let you know, like, you could do this, or this is where you could get some money from, or or even your spirit man, because in the spiritual realm there's more of a telepathy thing going on, and I'm not even going to get into that because now I'm just getting off a little bit off topic, but it's not. But you will be desiring and needing something, and you're praying, and it's aligning with, you're praying within the spiritual realm, and there will be somebody that will be triggered or feel the desire, like, I need to call this person. And when they call you, they just happen to call you to check on you, and it's like, oh, did you need something? I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, that happens a lot for some people. Like, I just felt like I needed to call you to check on you. Is there anything going on with you or whatever? And boom, your situation can be handled. So with so the first thing for me, what I learned when I started to get used to fasting, is there is an ego death. This body no longer controls what goes on, because our body has a lot of urges. We have hormones and all kind of stuff going on. So they want to, our hormones want to control how we think, what we do, and all of this kind of stuff. So that's what happens. It's an ego death. Now the body is no longer in control. Your spiritual man, the you, the real you, because you're not this meat suit. You're the spirit within you, the breath. You're that. You now have more control of your body. You now are telling the body, this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing. And first things first, when you're fasting, you're telling the body, we're not eating for the next 12 hours. And for me, I do have to continuously remind myself, even when I first start, because throughout the day, again, the body will try to, take back control over what it's been in control of. And so you have to continuously remind yourself, and that's why you're fasting and praying, because now you're getting more in tune with your spiritual, and you're praying. Your focus is somewhere else outside of what's going on with this body. All right, got it? If you don't, let me know. So the next thing, and it's a really big thing, is alignment. So for me, I've come to realize that when I'm fasting, it's because I'm just out of alignment. I'm not spiritually aligned. Again, like I told you, my whole journey, my life's journey, where I'm at now in life is more spiritually focused. So I fast because, again, this body of ours has a mind of its own. So I may be doing way too much and not listening. I'm not going within. I'm not listening to my spirit man. I'm not focused on what God wants me to be doing. So I need to stop, and I need to fast, and I need to take a break from whatever is going on and align. So for me, it brings a spiritual and a physical alignment. Bring my spiritual and my physical in sync. It brings my spiritual and my physical bodies, nature in sync with each other. Because you could just be doing so much, like you're just running. And this society that we live in, that's really the nature of it, is that what they call a rat race and all that stuff. You're just going. You're not taking time to really like bring your spirit man and you're not taking the time to bring your spirit and your physical together to actually do what you actually need to be doing, and then you won't be so worn out trying to do everything else, because we're all here with a purpose. Our spirit man, our soul knows what that purpose is, but this physical body is just used to doing. And if you're not in alignment, you're going to be just doing and missing the mark and missing what you should be doing. Okay, so again, for me, I've come to realize that fasting helps me align and brings together what my spirit man is here to be doing and what my physical body can help with. that thing that I need to be doing. Oh my God, anybody that knows me know I'm not really good with words. I don't know how God has me to be a teacher, but here I am, Chad, and I'm doing it. The next thing, number 3, is detoxing. So first of all, fasting, again, like you're not eating, so your body is taking a break, right? Your body is not breaking down food. It's not like putting, whatever. Your body is literally taking a break, like it's kicking its feet up on the couch, like chillaxing. Maybe it'll clean up a little bit, because when you are fasting, where you're not eating, it gives your body time to detox and send out all those toxins that are the foods that we're ingesting every day, the pollutants in the air that we're ingesting every day. All of that gets cleansed gets cleansed out of your body when you're fasting. So that's the physical aspect of it. While that's happening to your physical body, that's also happening to your spiritual body, because now you're not watching TV, you're not on social media, you're focused, either you're reading your Bible or you're praying or you're in nature, you're taking time to go within. So, and you're listening to music that's uplifting, you're pouring in more of the good stuff and kind of and building up your spirit, man. So it too is detoxing, and your mind is clearing from all of the negatives that's like been piling up in your mind. The foods that we eat does cloud our judgment, clouds our thought process, that clouds our mind. So when you're fasting, you're taking that time to just get rid of all of that excess junk, because we have to do it. Like, we get built up, our minds get built up with this society. Like, literally, there's so much information. I've said this before, like there's so much information that comes in from every aspect of our life, like people who we talk to, the TV, the radio, social media, everybody's ideas is just coming in. And so when you're fasting, you're taking a break from all of that. You're not just not eating, but you're taking a break from everything else, and you're just focusing within and listening to what your spirit has to say, because it has a lot to say. You feel me? And also too, when you're fasting, as your body is detoxing, it's becoming lighter. Your spirit man is detoxing and it's becoming lighter, and then your vibration is going up. Now, as spirit beings, we want to live in high vibration, because your thoughts then become your reality faster. And that's a whole nother topic we could talk about later, but you want to vibe higher. You want to be lighter. You don't want to be so dense. Earth is dense. And so things move slowly and muggy and bleh. But when you vibrate higher, you're lighter. And so things move a lot faster for you. Things happen a lot faster for you. So when you fast, you're getting rid of those toxins. You're getting rid of the weight and the waste, and you're putting in the good stuff. And so now you're vibrating higher, you're at a higher frequency. And so now the things that you actually want to manifest in your life, those things that you actually want to see in this reality, you can now align with it and focus on those things, and it can start showing up in your reality faster, because now you're at a frequency where those things are. Those things are not in the physical. They're not there. They're just not. The things that we want to see in our reality are not, they don't start here. They start in the spiritual realm. So you have to vibrate higher. In order to do that, you have to clear your mind. You have to release the toxins. You have to get rid of all of that stuff and become lighter. My next point, which ties into that, is that, and this is the best one too, because I as I was fasting, God kind of showed me this one, and I was like, oh, I like that. I really like that. Everything in the spiritual realm is already done, right? Like, as above, so below. So everything is already created in the spirit before it comes into our material realm, right? Into the realm that we can see, touch, feel, or whatever. When you're fasting, when you fast, you're not focusing on this part of life, right? You're more focused within. It brings you in alignment with the things that are already created for you, already done and waiting for you to align with, to recognize, to understand, to accept and receive. and then it helps bring it down. It comes into your reality. So what am I saying? Holy Spirit, help me break this down, because this is really good. Everything that you have in life, everything that you want, need, or have already in life is already been prepared for you, already been created in the spirit realm, right? Already done, sitting there waiting. And this life that we're living is full of distractions. It's full of so much stuff that just keeps us focused in this reality and not into the spiritual reality where everything is already done. In this reality, we gotta do to get stuff done. Stuff is already done here, okay? So when you're fasting, you are, again, breaking this off, and you're taking time to align with what is already done and accepting it and receiving it and allowing it to fall into place. For me, what I realized is that, there are things that is already done, and then your mind tells you that can't happen. It's not possible. You can't do it like this. You can't get it like this. You don't have enough money for that. How are you gonna get that new car, and you don't even really have enough money to afford that? But that new car was already waiting for you. Like, God wants you to have that new car. So I needed to get in alignment with the fact and understand that, okay, God, you want me to have that new car? I needed to be able to accept it. I need to be able to accept that. And my physical mind is not letting me accept it, because my physical mind is looking at my bank account and everything else, and it's like, you can't afford a new car. But that's only 30% of my reality. The other 70% is saying, my girl, like, you can afford that new car. And this is how we're going to do it. But you need to accept that. And it takes a while for you to accept that. And when it's hard for you to accept that because of your physical reality, now fasting allows you to, again, break that ego, kill it, and accept what God has said that is your reality and is true for you. So that was a really deep one. That was really good for me. I received it because it was easy for me to receive because of a lot of what I've been going through in life, and that started to become my reality when I started to take time to actually fast and pray and meditate things in my life that I needed, and I just kept telling myself I can't have it, and God is like, yeah, you can. I then had to learn how to get into the receiving mode of being a child of God. Like, oh, okay, all right, we're doing this, okay. And it's not always about what you physically have in your bank account or what you physically have in your possession. It's trusting and knowing that God can do these things for you. It's faith. So, alignment, detoxing, and ego death. Fasting does a lot. Fasting brings you in alignment with the spiritual realm. Fasting brings you in alignment with God, because you're no longer solely focused on this. You're focusing on God. So I think I'm going to stop there today. Let you digest that. We're talking about fasting and I'm talking about digesting. Ugh. I make myself laugh. I'm actually fasting today. I should have broke my fast probably 2 hours ago. But because I have a lot more mental clarity and I just feel like my spirit man speaks a lot better when I'm hungry, when my body is hungry, and when my spirit man is more in control. So I decided to just record this video in hopes that what it is that God needs for you guys to hear, know, feel, and understand will come through in a way that you'll get it, like really get it, because fasting is the bomb. It really is. It's the bomb. Fasting, praying, and meditating is the bomb. And again, all of these are practices. So just like you practice basketball, just like you practice football, tennis, softball, whatever you practice, over time you get better at it. Nobody's going to be perfect off gate. I did want to say that when you're fasting, you're going to be hungry. Yes, you're going to be hungry. There's no way around it. You're going to be hungry. You're just going to be hungry. But what happens is over time you'll get better at it. Like it won't even phase you anymore. But in the beginning, you really have to fight for your spirit man to have more control than your physical body. That's the sacrifice you're making, and that's the sacrifice that God will see and be like, I got you. I see what you're doing, and I got you. I see you're making the sacrifice, because it's not easy. It's really not easy to fast. But because you're making the sacrifice to do this, you're making the sacrifice to talk to me, you're making the sacrifice to take time and listen to me and not pay attention to this reality, I got you. And a lot of times that brings in a huge blessing and just a really beautiful connection with God as well, because then you really get to see God in another aspect of who God is, as opposed to just what you see maybe if you go to church or however you worship our Creator. You get to see and understand and know your Creator deeper when you fast and just really go within. Just one quick Bible verse. I grew up in church, yo. I understand a lot of different religions. I've stepped into each and every one of them to see what they're about, but I grew up in the church. But the word says, seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and everything else will be added to you. For me, as a person who has started to understand metaphysics, that Bible verse is saying when you go within, when you take time, because the Bible also says that the kingdom of heaven is within you. When you take time to go within, not just meditating, but also, because meditating, you just do it for a couple of minutes or whatever, but fasting, where it's like hours and days that you're going within to seek the kingdom, to seek the answers that are true, the real answers within you. All this stuff, the money, the cars, the houses, the husband, the wife, the whatever it is that you need, the answers to your questions, all of that comes to you. You don't have to go searching for it, because it's here. It's here. If you go here first, everything else will be added onto you. So I'm gonna just stop right there. And the next video, I'll talk about the different scenarios as far as why I fast, like what prompts me to fast. Okay, so we'll talk about that in the next video. If you would like, because I've said it before, I'm not an evangelist, I'm not a pastor, I'm a healer. I'm a spirit-led healer and a spirit-led life coach. So if you're needing coaching in life, in your spiritual walk, in your spiritual journey, reach out to me. You can check out my website, The Divine Choice, www.thedivinechoice.org, or email me, ladyafreeman@thedivinechoice.org. Leave a comment in the comment section. Also like, share, subscribe, and continue to live your life with love and light. Take care.